I'm going to show you some theoretically very advanced guitar chords, but they're actually really easy to play and they are gorgeous and really fun. We're going to do a modal interchange guitar etude and learn how to mix keys together to get advanced guitar chords. And we're going to use some open strings to add drones to those, and they're very easy to play. Let's do it. I'm excited to show you this. So here's the beginning of this etude. We'll worry about the rhythm last, but just so you hear how it sounds. And it's going to move on from there. I just made it actually a fun thing to play with a strumming pattern. So I'll make sure you understand the rhythm of it by the time we're done. Let's talk about the chords themselves, and we have some theory understanding here. Starting off, we are going to ascend through the chords in the key of E major, the 1 chord, the 2 chord, the 3 chord, the 4 chord, and we are playing the triads along strings 5, 4, 3. Okay, and the rest of the strings are open. Okay, the open low E, the open high E, and the open B, the second string there. Okay, so this is 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord in the key of E. That's just the triad versions of it. That's how we label them. Lowercase means minor, uppercase means major. If you include the names of the chords with the open strings, then we get to these fancy chords, and the open strings are just so lush and beautiful sounding. If we named them theoretically, well, this is an F sharp minor add 11 over E. Everything's going to be over E because there's a low E in it. The 3 chord, G minor triad, well, if you put an E in the base of a G minor triad, it is an E major 7 chord, so that's just E major 7. The A has an open B in it, so it's A add 9 over E. Okay, but playing these is so straightforward, just really fun to work on those triad shapes. Let's move through it more. You're just going to move up a whole step with that major shape. That's the 5 chord. If you include the name with the open strings, it's B add 11 over E. Okay, 11 means the same thing as 4, which means if you play 1, 2, 3, 4 off of B, oh, it has that note in it. Yes, it does. That note is E. So interesting. A B chord with an E is pretty unusual, but it's very this floaty sound. Okay, C sharp minor is the 6th chord of E. This is C sharp minor 7 over E. Minor 7 because the open B is the 7th. So it's adding all this color to it. Okay, then we have D sharp diminished. Okay, with those extra notes, it actually turns it into B7 add 11 over E. And the theory of this stuff is not the point of this lesson, but that's why I say these are actually theoretically advanced chords, but they're so easy to play and they're so fun just along those 3 strings there. And they're so lush with the open strings. So we get up to the E again. Okay, now here's the modal interchange part. Modal interchange means that we are borrowing between modes. Okay, so this is E major, the mode, and we're going to borrow from the parallel minor. Parallel minor just means the same root, so E, but the minor version, so the key of E minor. So we're borrowing between E major and E minor. That is modal borrowing or modal interchange. Okay, so we are going to go down and we're going to play the major version of the chord, then the version from the minor key. The version from the major key, D sharp diminished, that little circle means diminished, then the version from the major key, D major. Okay, so you could, if you want to study this, just skip all the major ones and say, oh, E minor is the 1, and then you go down to the flat 7 major, and then flat 6 major. That's how you would say that. So it's flat 6 and it's uppercase, so it's major. But let's just follow the etude, shall we? So we have E major, then E minor, then D sharp diminished, then D major. Isn't that beautiful already? When you add the rhythm, it's going to be great. Then we have C sharp minor, then C major, then B minor, and then B major. Okay, I chose to flip these two just so we have this little moment of kind of the B major chord halfway between the etude. So it's really slightly compositional, very exercisey, but compositional and fun. Okay, moving on, we have A major, then A minor, then G sharp minor, then G major, okay, then F sharp minor, then F sharp diminished. Isn't that so cool? Oh, that's so lovely. Check this out. You can find your own way to play through these. You can arpeggiate, you can change the rhythm. I created an etude out of an exercise, right? Because you could just absolutely go up and down those chords and study it to study it. But let's make a little music out of it. And you don't need to understand it fully. Getting exposed to this stuff is great. If some of it is new to you, fantastic. But playing it in a way that sounds fun and inspiring is going to be the most rewarding part of it. It's going to make you want to understand it more. So here's how the rhythm is. This is a beat right here, and this is a 16th note, so it's... And then, excuse that extra string noise there, but I'm putting my palm down to mute on that rest. So it's down, up, mute, down, up, mute, okay? And then this means down, and this means up. So I will play up to here for you. Okay, that is the sound of that. I'll do it again. Pretty straightforward once you hear it, right? Down, up, down. Okay, then you're going to go down, click, click. This could be click, click, or open strings. It's kind of a mess area that lets you could just lift off and change chords during that. So here it is. Same rhythm, right? Once you get that down, it's just going to repeat. Isn't that cool? Okay, same thing. Moving on, I'll start at the B. Okay, let's go back and do it up to the E. Okay, now we're going to go down and we get to do the modal interchange part. So... that is kind of halfway coming down, moving on to this. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that so freaking cool? And it's a little piece of music. It truly is an etude. It's a one-dimensional thing. Yes, we got some rhythm. We got some theory if you want to study it. You got some strumming, whatever, elements. There's elements in it to make it real music. But man, if you study that and even understand it a little bit and you're interested in being creative or getting those sounds in your ears and just your hands, and you're going to end up having more of a taste of that and using it if you're a songwriter or writing progressions or anything like that. So pretty cool. I absolutely love this. Let's just play the whole thing through once. Fun little side tip, I'm getting this kind of a wobbly sound by pulling on the neck and pushing on the body at the same time. I'll exaggerate it. Very common thing for certain types of guitars. Telecaster players do it a lot. Kind of exaggerated there, gives you like a tremolo vibrato kind of sound, breathes some life into it just for fun. Isn't that so cool sounding? I absolutely love modal interchange. When I first learned about it, it was from learning about Schubert's Unfinished Symphony and how he was using modal mixture, modal interchange. Those mean the same thing. Borrowing from the parallel minor key to get these moody sounding chords. You're in a major key, but you're borrowing from that minor key, and it gets this emotional pull to it. But because there's these chromatic movements where the notes are crunching closer together to move to the next thing. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're really seeing every chord to the next in this and making it sound musical at the same time. So I hope you enjoy playing with that at some capacity. Everything you need to work on this is in this video. Everything was on the screen and demonstrated. But if you want a PDF of exactly this to have in front of you, you can get that in my premium subscriber membership. It's kind of like my Patreon, but it's on my website, where you will get resources with my weekly lessons. I post a lesson video every Tuesday. So for this video, there's the PDF of this etude, and there are downloadables for other videos as well. You can use the link in the top of the description or go to soundguitarlessons.com/join to join. I hope to see you there. And if that's not your thing, no problem at all. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and you enjoy working on this. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in another one soon. Take care and happy practicing.